What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? My name is NimbleThor, and today in my mobile gaming quest, we are going to check out Dungeon Break, which is a dungeon crawling roguelike or roguelite game, a bit like the Archero game actually, just slightly less polished than that. But despite the lack of polish though, there's just something about the core gameplay in this game that really has me entertained, and so I wanted to share this game with you today, and we can talk a bit about it. Hopefully we can continue a good conversation in the comment section down below as well, but I will also of course start out by talking about what I like and what I dislike about this game, and we're just gonna have some good old fun playing through, well, hopefully actually to one of the bosses in this game, but we'll see about that. Now, a bit like in Archero, we only shoot whenever we move, so we have to constantly move around, and we do that using this little joystick, as you guys can see, and we're starting to bump into a few enemies here, which is making us lose some HP, and we also have to avoid those fiery fires coming up from the ground that I keep running into over and over again. We're down to 227 HP right now, but we're doing decently okay though, and later on we'll run into a shop as well, and at that shop, maybe with a bit of luck, we will be able to get some more HP again. Now look at this though, we can choose a new weapon if we want to. So right now we have the magic round level 0, one extremely ordinary magic round, but we can upgrade this to burst level 1, which shoots 3 burst magic rounds. So I guess this is actually a bit like a shotgun to some extent. No, it's not like a shotgun. It's actually more like an M4 or something like that in Call of Duty if you played that game, or in any shooter game really, or in real life I guess, and those rifles do come from real life sadly. But anyway, the point is this is sort of like a machine gun of sorts. It shoots 3 arrows very quickly after each other, and that actually is dealing quite a bit of damage even though it's only upgraded to level 1, but we do only have 79 HP left though right now. But look at this, this is the shop. We can choose to upgrade or buy a new weapon, actually mini lasers level 2, but we don't have enough gold for that though. We can increase the attack speed, that we do have enough for, but that is only a temporary boost, as you guys can see, for 60 seconds actually. And then we can also increase the attack, which is a permanent upgrade, or at least permanent, you know, until we die in this game. That's the roguelike element of the game. So let's buy this attack boost, and let's move on. Sadly, we were not able to recover our HP, so we'll have to be very careful this time around. Now, I've heard some people complain about the control system, and it could use a bit more tweaking, in my opinion as well, but I actually haven't found it too bad, and it wasn't something that I even wanted to mention until I saw how much other people were actually complaining about the control system, and so I figured I should probably warn you guys about that, but at the same time also let you know that even though you might read those reviews on the App Store and on Google Play, I don't think that should hold you back from at least giving the game a go on your own. This was actually decently well done. We completed that dungeon as well, and now it seems like we can teleport to the Frost Dungeon level 2 instead. So we move down 1 floor in the dungeon, and actually we just have to keep moving like this. And the Frost Dungeon is not the only dungeon, by the way. I was playing in a desert dungeon before recording this video right now, and that was quite a bit easier, I gotta tell you guys. These frost monsters here deal a lot of damage, and their bullets are very difficult to avoid, and that ended up losing us our life here. Mission failed. Now we can choose to watch an advertisement to revive. We can spend 80 of the, well, I don't know if we should call it a premium currency really, but 80 of the currency that we get through normal gameplay. They're called gems, but we can also buy them free in-app purchases, going up to around $50 US. But we earned 50 of that currency, and actually now we can go and spend that currency on buying a new hero for ourselves. This one costs 300 to unlock. We've got another one up here that unlocks through a $1 in-app purchase. We've got one over here that unlocks for 8,000 of that currency, another one here for 2,500, another one for a $1 in-app purchase, and another one here for 800. So the only one we can afford at the moment is this one, and I'm just gonna go for it. Look at that. That is our new hero. It's a 2-star Sandy Worm, which is gonna replace our 1-star Rumble Rambo, which had 500 in HP, 100 in attack, and 75 in speed. And this one has more HP, more attack, and I think, yes, the same speed. So I'm interested in seeing how we'll be able to do with this guy. So let's select him. We can even upgrade him actually. So let's do that right now and do that once more to add some more HP. So more HP. And now he's fully upgraded and we're good to go for another round. Now, what I really like about this monetization system is that I actually don't see any reason to spend any money on the game whatsoever. You're gonna be just fine. You just have to grind and keep playing the game and these levels over and over again, which is, I guess what you'd be doing anyway, right? If you enjoy the game, you'll be playing the game. And if you do that enough, you're gonna unlock everything in this game, except for those 2 heroes that you actually do have to buy through a $1 in-app purchase. But that is still a very relaxed monetization system. We don't have any forced advertisements in this game, which really surprised me. We do have a few incentivized video advertisements, but I never really felt forced to watch any of them either. And so, frankly, I think this is actually nearly a perfect monetization system. The only thing that could really make it any better, I guess, is if we could grind everything through normal gameplay and we wouldn't have those 2 heroes that had to be unlocked for a $1 in-app purchase. But then at the same time, the developer has to make money somehow, and if there weren't those 2 heroes in the game, we would probably have forced advertisements instead. Look at this though, we can unlock a new type of weapon, the mini laser, level 2, one extremely powerful magic round. Now the one weapon I'm really looking for though, we actually haven't gotten yet, but that is some sort of lightning rod or lightning attack. And it's really awesome, so I'm hoping that we'll unlock that before the end of this video. Now, I did mention earlier in this video that part of this game just doesn't feel very polished, and that has to do with sometimes text that there isn't enough room for on the screen, and that feels a bit strange, and sometimes the game also just randomly crashes on me. I'm not sure these crashes happen to everyone, but look at that! We literally just had a crash. Just as we were talking about the crashes, the game crashed. And that means that we're back now in level 1 of the Frost Dungeon. Now, the good thing is that our progress is actually saved. So if you work your way all the way up to, say, the 4th floor on the Ice Dungeon, well, then if the game crashes or if you leave the game and come back tomorrow, you will be able to continue from that point, from level 4, and you won't have to start all the way from level 1 again. So that I really do appreciate. I do wish, though, that these crashes would be fixed, and if they're not fixed, I think you're gonna have a hard time really enjoying this game. But if you can live with that, though, or in case you don't have those crashes at all, I think you're gonna really enjoy this gameplay. Now, is this game actually worth ditching Archero to play instead? That I'm not so sure of. Archero is still the most polished of these 2 games, and I do feel like there's a bit more content in Archero as well. But that might all change in the future though, and if you've gotten tired of Archero or you're just looking for a new experience, this actually isn't half bad, and, you know, with a few updates, this could become a pretty decent alternative to Archero. Let's upgrade to the Scatter-Round level 2 here. This is the shotgun, I do believe, that I thought we got before. Let's see if I'm correct. Yes, there we go. This is really powerful, by the way. Look at us defeat these guys very quickly, and we're even getting a bit better at avoiding their bullets as well. So that we can keep most of our HP going into the next parts of this dungeon. We have 500 HP now and 77 gold. Let's see if there's something we can buy here. There are 2 different ones we can buy. One is a potion. Again, not really too interested in those temporary upgrades, but the upgrade to attack speed though, now that seems useful. So with that upgraded and 32 gold left, we are good to go for the next area of these dungeons here. Now, I was told that we were gonna see some boss monsters at some point, but I haven't really found any bosses yet, but that might also have to do with the fact that I'm not the best at this game, frankly. I'm doing okay here, but I haven't really been able to get any further than, I believe, dungeon 4 maybe, and that was in the desert dungeon. But now at least we're good to go for level 2 of the Frost Dungeon, and, you know, maybe there is actually a boss at either level 5 or level 10 in each of these types of dungeons. I'm not too sure, but if you have played the game already though, do let me know when we start meeting those bosses. And if you haven't played the game, I'm also really curious to hear what you think about this game. Is this the type of game that you could see yourself playing? Have you already played Archero? And do you think this is too unpolished in comparison to that? Let's get a good discussion going in the comment section down below about this game. And if you want to play the game for yourself, of course, the download links can also be found in the description box, as always. I do quite like these cel-shaded graphics, by the way. I know that some people really don't like cel-shaded graphics. I tend to find it okay in some cases, and I do think this is one of those games where the cel-shaded art style really makes sense because it makes the characters pop, and it makes them a bit more visible. Since now we only have this top-down perspective, it's very important that we can actually see our character properly, and that is part of what a cel-shaded art style does really well. And now it's time for the mobile gaming news of the day, which is that one of the biggest golf arcade games from back in the day very recently released on both Android and on iOS, and it's called Golden Tee Golf. So if you used to play that game back in the day, be sure to go check out the mobile version. You can download it right now. And then fingers crossed that we won't all be crying ourselves to bed because of the monetization system in the game. But we'll see about that though, as I do intend to cover the game as well. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe if you're new around here and hit that notification bell so that you'll actually be shown whenever my video on Golden Tee Golf actually releases. And that was all for now. So until next time, guys, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.